why the Florida Panthers will win the Stanley Cup. All right, I'll just say right off the bat, this one's tougher to make because the Panthers almost missed, and I do think they lack in a lot of areas. But what I will say is, in terms of underdog stories, and once upon a time, I know people will reference, and I've seen people reference this about the Jets right now, is that the teams that ride the momentum going to the playoffs, and that's the Panthers right now. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, guys. It's like over the last 7-8 games, I think they've lost, once or twice. They're driving a lot of momentum, and yeah, like one of those losses was in overtime against the Leafs. They've been buzzing, and Lions been such a great story. I do think there's a chance for the Panthers to create a stir in the first round. I'm not saying they're going to win a cup here, like by my belief, but in terms of the series here, I got to make a case for why they could win the Stanley Cup. And it starts with guys like Barkov. It starts with guys like Tkachuk, Ekblad. These are all guys that can move the needle. Barkov, it's just a matter of when this guy will become the absolute all-timer that I've been waiting for him to become. I mean, I think Barkov has absolutely all the tools. It's such a crazy IQ. And Tkachuk is a guy that just, he'll get under anyone's skin. I think the duo of that combined with the depth that they do have, I mean, look at the Panthers forward group. You cannot question when the Panthers are healthy, they have, I mean, their forward group matches up with a lot of teams in the East, I think. Maybe that's a hot take, but I think my perspective is when you have young and up-and-comers like a Lindell, you have a Reinhart, you have Bennett, Duclair, like, they have guys that are playoff style ready, and, I mean, Sam Bennett showed that. So, you know what? I think it's going to be really tough for them if they have a matchup like, so Boston, Tampa, some of these teams, it's like, I don't know if Florida's winning those series, but as you've seen in the past, sometimes a favorable path, it really depends who wins and loses here. But for the Panthers, I think breakout like Montour, Ekblad if he can step up. If Lyon's not the storyline to go into the playoffs, Bobrovsky's really going to step up. So it's hard to make the case for why the Panthers will win the Stanley Cup if I'm being honest. But in terms of an upset team, and in terms of a team riding hot into the playoffs, that is the Panthers, and you should not underestimate them in the first round at all because they broke the curse last year. Yeah, they ended up getting swept against Tampa, but they broke that curse, and they're probably ready to win another first round.